Welcome to the Brewtiful Game. Or is it the Brewtiful Game? As always, I am Count Blake here with Ferris.
Oh.
And Rod.
What's happening?
On
Is that a
tonight's,
question?
on tonight's bloody beautiful game, Liverpool are haunted once again by the ghost of losses as they lose their fourth in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4 losses. This time to Brentford, those itty-bitty bees. Then we'll recap the rest of the frightful Premier League matches in match week 9 in our chilling 2-minute devilish drill. Then as the halftime whistle blows, the count of the Chelsea Blues and the thriller of the I Miss Nick Jackson dancing on Premier League pitches, Ron shares with us all the news that's fit to fright in this spooky edition of Ron's Beer News. And finally, before the sun comes up on the haunted night, we'll check out the time on how the U.S. women's national team did during the international break, as well as a check out of the bed and in the closet of how some of the other leagues around Europe are Frankensteining together in the La Liga's monster mashup. But first, our beer.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I love it's those simple things that makes Ferris so happy.
Oh man, I'm glad. Like I wrote the content. I'm like, Blake always gets into it this year, so he's gonna enjoy doing this and then ad lib on this way. It's brilliant. Jens, we didn't decide this, but if I can go first, I have a beer that's going to be apropos, if you will, to this edition of the podcast.
Hit it.
My buddy Greg works at works at GB Bottle Shop down in the downtown area. Very well-known bottle shop here in the Orlando area. We can get a lot of different beers. And a few weeks back, he had sent our group a text and said, "Hey, we have these really cool, awesome beers available." And he sent a picture, and the one that I chose out is from Mason Ale Works, and it's called Bride of Dankenstein.
That's a great name.
And it is it's sewn together with a bouquet of hops, is how it's described on their site. MasonAleworks.com. It's a brewery out of the San Diego area in California, established in 2015, Oceanside, California. Mason Ale Works is founded by San Diego's foremost craft beer hospitality professionals. Renewed for their exceptional ales, lagers, Mason Ale Works offers standout drinks such as a crisp Mexican lager, perfectly balanced West Coast India Pale Ale, and a range of top-tier hazy India Pale Ales, consistently pushing the boundaries of craft beer. Mason brews over 100 different beers each year. Mason Ale Works craft built. And the Bride of Dankenstein, 7.7% on the dot ABV. And really, really cool artwork here. Obviously, the Bride of Frankenstein on there, stitched up all in green. It's a West Coast IPA. And it's a limited release, so they were able to get it there, and excited to be trying it for this Halloween edition of the podcast.
I will see your one Halloween beer and raise you 2 Halloween beers. As I went classic going into the beer store today and snagged my first Pumpkin Imperial Pumpkin Ale from Southern Tier of the season.
We've certainly had this on the pod before, right?
Oh, we have. But I have not had it in
quite a few times.
A while. Also, I picked up, Ron, Mad Elf Grand Cru, a 12% ABV version of the holiday a Mad Elf beer from Trogs that I put away until it's time for our holiday episodes. But I literally picked up a Halloween and Christmas beer same day.
Nice. I'm doing one of the most scary things I've ever done on this pod.
Not ice and beer, point 2.
It is
No, that wasn't
This-
nearly as scary as what I'm going to do here.
the scariest thing is Imperial Moo Thunder.
In honor of my Canadian wife, because the Blue Jays are in the World
Oh
Series.
God, you got some Labatt's out there.
Molson
Molson.
Canadian lager. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you do.
Heck yeah.
Molson. Yeah, that's lovely. Real fast. We've obviously never had this on the pod. So John Molson sailed on a leaking ship from England to Canada with a thirst for a better beer in a new country. 1786, he founded Molson Brewing, the oldest brewery in North America and subsequently Canada's second oldest brewing company. They made this lager, and allegedly it was really good. And Coors bought it, and allegedly it went to shit. So we're going to find out.
Well, now I'm just curious.
I have a backup in case this is absolute piss.
You've had it before, right?
No, I've not.
You've never had a Molson?
You've never had a
I've never
Molson?
had a Molson.
I definitely was all about Molson Export for a while because that was the beer Wolverine drank in the first X-Men films. When I would snag it when I was up in Canada, I would get the Molson Export. They were just trying to put as many things on X in a movie as they could. So that's the only reason they got the export.
Right, that's hilarious.
I usually get a tall boy, if you will, of the Molson at Lightning games. Get the big old can.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
$12 now. They're up to like what, 18, some crap like that.
I typically do like Flying Monkeys or Collective Arts or something like that when I'm in Canada.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll have a moose head, but that's usually as low as I dip. This is spooky.
Moosehead's a
enough.
quality low end. Yeah.
Guess where I was, or I don't know, but I was out in LA last week and I went to the home opener of the Lakers and Golden State. And I was very surprised. You know how they have like the grab and goes for beers nowadays?
Yeah.
Well, in the grab and go for beer, I don't know if I sent you guys a picture or not, but they had a 24-ounce can of Pacifico. I was in heaven.
Wow.
It was Jack
Enjoyed
Nicholson
that.
like, nice, bro. Nice.
I was like, oh my gosh, can we please have this here in Orlando? But it was one of the Amazon ones where you like just have a card, you scan your card before you go in and grab the things, and then your thing on the way out. You don't know.
Yeah.
Take a wild stab at how much you think that one can
in
of
LA?
24-ounce Pacifico
at a stadium.
Crypto.com.
I'm going to say
Sorry.
$17.99.
Ron?
I was going to say around 18, but since you're so close, I'm going to go a flat 20.
Ron, you are the closest.
Gah.
We're coming in at $24 and change for one.
Whoa.
Needless to say, that was my one and only Pacifico. I get a 12-pack. I get 2 12-packs for $24. Good Lord.
They charged you $1 an ounce?
I guess. I'm like, holy mackerel. Like, it was one of those things that I was like, okay, this could be a fun game. Like, I really didn't care how much I was paying for it. I'm like, oh, this is Pacifico, gotta have it. And you leave, and it's like, okay, there's a hold on your card for like $1 or whatever. After the game, I'm going to the train, and look, I'm like, $24 for Pacifico, one can without even a lime. Jeez,
That's
Not even a lime.
That's scary. $24.
That's brutal.
And they didn't even have the courtesy of giving you a reach around.
Not even.
See, now, I remember going to New York City and stuff, and you're like, oh my God, is it $12 for a Coors? You're like, what is $24 stadium pricing still? Like,
yeah.
And I get it. Like, it's a bigger can than the 16 ounces that we, have here. But at the same point, like, I mean, what, Ron, without our discount, it's like $14. And then with our season, do you remember this? Season ticket discount, it's like $12 or something like that. So, like, I get it. The cost of beer and the cost of these things have gone up, but $24, geez, talk about being in LA.
Yep. You've never had a beer until you had a beer in L.A.
And
LA.
you got to it with a vocal fry.
Oh my gosh, I saw Luke Doncic
Yeah.
play. Like, it's so cool. Yeah.
Pacifico Clara.
Oh,
In L.A.
it was almost as much as my Louis Vuitton.
I just love
I
how
had a beer while I was at the stadium.
Oh, it was on TikTok so much taking selfies.
Oh,
I just love how
who
much
is Clara anyway?
this pod derailed into vocal
Real
fry LA Hollywood conversation.
Real quick. Yeah.
Well, should we have a
Gotta stop.
drink?
Oh yeah, I gotta
It's
pour this thing.
So beautiful.
I'm excited.
Ah,
I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna back to my roots. This thing is a pumpkin pie and a glass.
I'm pouring mine into an Alaskan brewery glass, hoping that the glass makes it better.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that,
I don't know
buddy.
how that goes for you.
Whatever keeps it the coldest the longest is probably your best friend. God.
Oh God, I would give anything if your wife just walked into the room and just iced the hell out of you right now.
The good news is there's no ice in the house.
That you know of.
You're in Florida. Are you okay? Where'd your ice go? Oh, geez. I can't. I was trying to take a flipping picture before we do our cheers.
It's like almost clear, gentlemen. Like,
Is that
Oh, yeah.
water or is that your beer?
Yeah. You have a White Claw?
it's like not even.
Are you sure?
Kind of.
That's not healthy.
I told you it was going to be scary.
That ain't right. I don't care who you are. That ain't right.
That ain't right.
No, now, in retrospect, I will let you know that mine is a delightful copper, just as it calls for.
Yeah,
Gabloon.
mine's about the same. Not the best pour for me, but a good inch and a quarter of head there. So I'll definitely take a little bit more in the can here. But
Mine's
No
an
head at all.
no head at all. Yours look a glass of dirty water right now.
yes, it does.
I mean that's all that looks like.
Oh man.
For all my light design friends out there, this is like a no color straw gel
Yeah, right.
color. Jesus. All right, gentlemen.
All right, cheers.
To Halloween.
Oh, God, the pumpkin every year, so good.
Wow. That
Oh,
another taste of that. Hold on.
oh, it's so good.
Ron, do you even taste yours?
So I have to say, I'm actually pleasantly surprised.
Okay. I
While
don't mind it when I'm at a hockey game. I'll tell you that much. I don't ever have it any other time.
Yeah,
While the malt is really good, and the malt sweetness is really good, the taste is the flavor is a little flat, but it's on the sweeter side. I thought this was going to be way more bitter, and it is not. It's actually okay. I'm quite surprised.
Ron,
Would you put
blink.
ice cubes in it?
Ron, blink twice if there's a gun off frame right now with a Canadian maple leaf on it.
Or if you're about to be iced?
The Mounties are holding me hostage.
Yeah, is there a Mountie just off camera?
You see this thing right there?
yeah, there it is. That's how the Mounties
Wow.
get you.
But you know that I'm willing to bet that this beer would be better if I were drinking it in LA.
Oh,
Okay.
it'd be so good. Because then it doesn't have a lot of
Come on.
color, so there's not a lot of calories in it.
That's right.
Well, I got to do the whole pod like
Calories.
this.
Goes with my kale just fine.
Oh my god! All right,
Guys, I was just at an oxygen bar. Oh my God. It was so good. I had to rush out and get a Molson.
I got Himalayan oxygen because I'm trying to watch my weight.
And
Whoa.
my tan that I got, like this tanning bed I went to, was so.
I'm currently doing Peruvian because it's very slimming and it aligns my chakras.
Oh, the chakras just align so well if you do it that way.
Oh my god.
Okay. I'm trying to set up this because I'm using my damn light that I usually have in the background, the green with the Dankenstein. So I'm working out that production on my own here while making fun of Southern California girls. But this beer from Southern California is flipping fantastic. I tell you what, for a West Coast IPA, it is as smooth as can be with absolutely, as I said, a sewn together batch of hops. I wish they had put on their site what hops are in it. But nonetheless, very, very good. And I got another one here in the old beer fridge. See if they have anything else in the beer profile. No, they don't. But yeah, no, very, very good. And I'm gonna get back to working on my production here of.
Yeah, this one's 8.6 ABV, which I don't know if I mentioned prior, but it's malt, it's 2-row pale in Munich C60, and it's the Sitz hop, or I forget how to pronounce it, but quite tasty. Or the Columbus Tomahawk and Zeus hops. Quite good. Cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, allspice, vanilla, buttery crust, pumpkin pie in a glass. But the reason I like it is whenever you see that kind of advertisement, usually I don't like the pumpkin beer because it's too syrupy. And the thing about pumpkin is it just tastes like the gourd itself and the spices. It doesn't taste like it's overly done. That being said, one thing I wanted to have on tap, which I didn't have, is there's a good brewery near me that made one of the best pumpkin beers I've ever had, but they do not sell. They don't have growlers or cans I could get. But they do what they call a flapjackoween, and it is a Schwarzbier, smoked Schwarzbier, with pumpkins. Oh my god!
I love a good smoked Schwarzbier.
Oh
God.
man, that one is.
I could kill one right now.
Really, really good. So I'll have to see if I can get on the pods. But they don't do like or they do crowlers, but they were out of the cans that night. So I guess I should say I'll have to go back and get that. Should we move to the football, gentlemen?
We probably should.
Is that time?
We are.
Yeah,
football podcast.
Whatever green light you got going on, Ferris, in your room right now, it looks like you are Superman and about to die because kryptonite is coming at you. Because like that's what it looks like.
I'm trying to get this photo. It's just not working well.
All right, let's move over to. Could Tara, Sade, and Tiago become the three ghouls of Liverpool Saturday as each put a stake through Liverpool's net in the form of goals? Or should I say ghouls, as Liverpool wish they were emancipated from the restraint of defensive demon woes? Ah, ah, ah. Yes, the vampire from Hungary. Kirkes, I like that guy, got his first goal for the Bloody Reds, and the mummy of Egypt, Salah, added to his wrappings on the season, but it was ultimately the bullish beast of London, Brentford, those stinging bees who hunted and haunted Liverpool all night long in a 3-2 victory. What's been haunting Liverpool Reds lately, gentlemen?
Well, one, that voice. Two,
Hey, that was brought to you with an authentic Halloween sound effect.
No, dude, listen, great. Love it. It's we talked about it, I think, in the last pod, Blake. Liverpool have to be kicking themselves for not spending 200 mill on a defender opposed to a striker that and moaned all summer and sat on his ass. Because how much could they have really needed the defense here?
So you take out Trent Alexander. Was that the only reason that or Trent Alexander, was that the only reason that they were good? I mean, what's happening? Like,
no, I think what Trent Alexander did was a Swiss Army knife to not only the defense but to the midfield, and stepped into the midfield roles to add defending counters down the center of the field to the center backs. So that, and he could play into a back three to kind of help mainly defense. So he's a Swiss Army knife when it comes to that. What you have in Frimpong, what you have in Kirkes, the two backs that they brought in this summer, are more of your wing backs or just your general right and left backs, but they don't switch on and off. Essentially, they bomb forward and just leave Konate and Dyke stranded there at center backs. Both are like for like in terms of they don't have a whole lot of wheels. They're both big, strong center backs. They don't have that balance there, right?
They have scored. Liverpool scored 16 games and 16 times and been scored against 14 times.
Yeah, and it goes to exactly what I'm talking about. They get countered on. They get burned through the lines because those fullbacks are so high pushed up that they're really having to get back to defend. And you're seeing a lot of those things come down the wings first on them because Salah doesn't defend a whole lot. Gakpo, yeah, if he's off to the left, but I think not having that balanced center back, Van Dijk and Mark Gahey would have been a great center back pairing. You would have added balance. And I think you could have even played a back three with Konate, Gahey, and Salah. You're changing your system. You're changing what Slot would play, but it could work because you at least have three sturdy center backs to help yourself. But right now, they're just getting stranded by themselves, and that's just allowing a lot of teams to break fast on them and counter fast when Liverpool push and they're up there and they want the possession and they want to attack. They're just very susceptible at the back there.
Soboslai also seems really uncomfortable in that kind of more central position that he's seemingly either he's being coached to head that direction, or he just is trying to cover some sort of space, but he just never looks comfortable centrally.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think they played Verts in this who did not have a good game, but that gives you a conundrum now, right? Because what's the mid pairing that you're going to play? Last year, you could pretty much name their three midfielders just boom like that. It was always Sloboslai in that kind of tennis role, McAllister, and Gravenberch, who I know is out right now, but would usually play. That was it. That was your three, boom, sheet every time. Now you're throwing in a Curtis Jones every now and again, throwing in Verts, who sometimes has started, sometimes has not, but has not kicked off very well, has not adapted extremely well to the game. And that pushes Sloboslai back, which I think Sloboslai is a better number 10 than he is in anything. Better number 10 or better number 8. But a better number 6, I'm not so sure of. So it gives a conundrum here. Now, with Editike did play, and Isaac was on the bench. Didn't have a great game. Gakpo didn't have a great game. Salah looked okay at times. Did add for the goal very, very late on. But I think there's just a conundrum of who you play in these areas, and it's giving Slot something to think more about. Where last year, set up the same team pretty much every game, and you just plug and play a few here and there. This is, you have $200 million on the bench, and one player or two players. Do I got to get them? And when do I get them? And how do I get them in? And we have a Champions League match. So so just giving him a lot more to think about. And I think that's affecting the team a bit. And Gravenberch being hurt is really affecting this team because that's a solid number 6 for you.
But at that money for Wirtz, is it 9 matches in to not be starting? I mean, Isaac at least was sitting the bench a bit and complaining and not playing, so you figured it would.
He did start in this.
Oh, that's true. He did start
Yes.
in this, but
he did.
He started in this one.
Right.
But like, just not. I don't know. Not for that price point, and like Isaac again. He's sitting on the bench, but he was riding the bench before he came in. That's a hot mess. It's like if they had done that and Salah had not come back, you'd almost see it, right? You go after these like big goal scorers. Salah's like not here this season. I'm with you. If you had Salah and you had that much money, I would have gotten Wirtz or Isaac, and then I would have gone after an amazing defender. That's or a couple for depth. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think the hard part about Wirtz is like, excuse me, he's not. He's in the Premier League, right? I don't think he's used to the physicality uh, that the Premier League brings, right? He gets pushed off the ball too easy. The His opponents are stronger, quicker. They don't. Uh, they're smarter than the kind of what I think is slower play. So I don't know. I think he's still unfamiliar with where he's living and all that fun stuff. I don't know. I just think there's a lot going on, and it's hard for him to make the adjustment.
So he's got 6 starts. Just gonna be honest, I didn't realize it was that many. Out of 9, it felt like it wasn't as much. But I mean, 0 assists, 0 goals. It's 597 minutes played for the season so far. Just it's shades of Pepe in this situation.
Yeah, and that, does he really truly fit into this formation? He's definitely number 10. He played that here, but and he looked okay at times, but I don't know. It just seems like bringing in the 400 million worth of players, besides Edetike, who stood out for you? Who's played extremely well? That's it. He was playing well prior to the $100 million plus player and Isaac being brought in. Now, I don't know if he's looked affected by it or not, but he certainly hasn't had the same goal output or the same threatness, if you will, of what he had before then. So, I don't know.
Only time will tell.
Gosh, we really petered out on Liverpool.
Like
that was fast. Them and Man City, like, two heavy hitters. There's a funkiness to both of them right now, but I don't know, man. That it's so weird to see Liverpool playing this way, and all of a sudden those last minute wins don't seem so impressive now. They seem like, ooh, you got lucky, or to pull those out.
Yeah.
Well, it was definitely ringing the bell that something isn't right.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, yes, Brentford's a tough place to play, but as we talked last week, you lost at home to a Man United team, while better this year and better players and that sort of thing. You came back, you fought back, and then you gave it up at home. It's not like it was being played at Old Trafford.
No, and a Man United that had been
lost in the Champions League already. Yeah, it's just not going the way that Slot probably thought. He's having to really think and to tacticize. Strategy is needed for him, and can he piece it together?
Well, we all knew that was coming, right? We knew that eventually the wonder team that Klopp left Slot was going to need more work than what Slot put into them last year, right? So the question is, could Slot deal with not having the perfect team set up for you by the predecessor?
Yeah, and this is Slot's team. £500 million worth of Slot's team. So far, he's not, it started off okay, started off good, but as Blake, you said, those late goals? Were they, a team that, knows how to just win because they're champs, or is that a team that was getting a little bit lucky there at the end of the games? And right now, it's leaning towards the second option.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, gents. Is that it for Liverpool? Is that really all we have to say about them?
Yeah. I mean, what's there to really say about Brentford? 2 losses in their last 5, 3 victories. They're at 11th. They're playing kind of hit or miss, inconsistent. They build up a head of steam. They get hit by an injury or yellow card suspension, and then they have difficulties. So,
yeah, but I think all in all, brand new manager in what's his Keith Andrews, is doing good. Is doing well, especially considering that they've lost Johan Wissa, Brian Mbuemo, and are dealing with some of those injuries. So I think all in all, Brentford have to be happy with where they're at so far in the season.
Yeah. Did any of us pick them to go? I don't think anyone of us picked them to go down. Did we?
I don't think so.
No. Brentford definitely having a strong mid-table season thus far. It seems like they would have the ability to stick there. Gentlemen, shall we move over to the 2-minute drill?
Dun,
Sure.
dun, dun, dun.
All right. Ferris, take it away.
The American Werewolf in Leeds. Brendan Aronson bit first in the 3rd minute, while the Welsh Wolfman of Joe Rondon bit second. Was more than enough to injure the woeful villagers of West Ham on the day by a 2-1 scoreline. We ask, will West Ham ultimately succumb to their injuries in the season to be relegated? The injuries being the metaphorical goals that they continue to chip and the losses that they continue to give up.
I mean, they have the worst goal difference in the entire league at negative 13.
It's
Only 9 games in.
It is brutal.
Sorry, Blake. They have one more win than a team that has not won a single game, which means they have 1 win on the season.
Yeah, that's it.
That's just, and we're 9 games in, just in case, doing the math there at home. That's how that adds up.
I just don't see how they don't. I just don't see how they don't fall apart completely and just fade away into. Well, not even fall apart. They've done fall apart, but just fade away is what I should say.
Yeah, I think. Listen, I think the hiring of Nuno Espirito Santo, who I believe was the manager last time. Was he the manager for Forest? Yeah, he was the manager for Forest on West Ham's only win. So there you go. But I think Nuno is a good manager. And I think has the possibility to at least right the ship for them to gain some points. But they will be in a relegation battle all season long because they only have 1 goal scorer, which is Jared Bowen. Not a lot of midfield. And the defense and goalie are,
But they're going to have to pick it up fast, man. I mean, because I know that's 30 matches or where we're at left to go. But, they look like right now Forest is a big question mark, right? It looks like they've shot themselves in the foot completely. But maybe they could still do something. West Ham it's just dire, man. Those 20 goals shift is just brutal.
I mean, they've been doing badly for quite a while, and it's just now really catching up to them in a major way, right? Poor managerial appointments, player recruitment is crazy. They're the 2nd oldest team in the entire Premier League, so that means they're shelling out money, some good money for these players who, are not adjusting to the tactical requirements of their managers, pre Nuno, of course, right? a really ill-suited defense, right? The midfield looks like it's stuck in molasses all the time, and everybody seems to be confused about who's supposed to go where. So I don't know. There's this. I think you could bring in probably the best manager on the planet, and they're still going to have problems.
What's Jose Mourinho up to? Did he take? He took a job finally, right? Yeah, he took a job.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just gonna say I agree with Ferris. Relegation battle all year long.
Yep. I just say straight up relegation.
The ghastly ghost of Garnacho, who spooked early for a nice little nutmeg goal. It was ultimately the fear of the visiting Black Cats, though, that put the spell on Stamford Bridge and supernaturally moved the Black Cats up to second in the table on the day with a 2-1 win. And it's mostly because we didn't hold up our tradition of getting a red card, to be honest. But do they need garlic? The garlic gone to go back into the darkness of send-offs to bring the wins back? Probably. And just how good have these Black Cats of Sunderland been?
Is it weird that last year we're like, holy crap, Nottingham Forest, and this year, holy crap, it's Sunderland? Like, I don't know what's with these newly promoted clubs that have come out swinging 2 years in a row. But Sunderland's real fun to watch. They like dropped like how many leagues?
Yeah,
they were down to I think just the what is it, League Two?
League Two
just
or
outside.
One? Yeah.
Of, the leagues. I don't know.
But also like the theory, or sorry, the current state of the Premier League with some of the top teams, not performing, right? So you've got Tottenham hit or miss, Manchester United until this past weekend has been, lower mid-table, Chelsea fluctuating up and down, Manchester City fluctuating, right? You have all these like top 6, top 8 teams that are normally like pegging the top 6 and top 8 who aren't, leaves a lot of space for these other clubs to make a good run, right? And so we're just seeing it more often with like Nottingham Forest. There was someone else last year. I'm forgetting. Leeds was the year before, or 2 years ago, right? So like because some of these normal top 6, top 8 favorites are having trouble, it leaves the door open for some of these teams to nick a couple of good wins and get themselves up to the top of the table.
It sure do make it fun. I'll say that. I appreciate it.
Heck yeah. It's good to see,
Absolutely.
the teams that were, newly promoted really making a battle of it. But where the rubber meets the road is basically right around Christmas. You get all those festive fixtures coming in fast. You get a couple injuries, and you don't have the bench that Manchester United does, or an Arsenal does, or Liverpool does, and you slide right down the table.
If Sunderland can stay on top above Newcastle before their match, that'll be a fun little rivalry throwdown for that one.
Yeah. And as far as Chelsea losing this one, I put this squarely at the feet of Maresca, because Maresca says, look, I know we don't have I know we have a patchwork defense, and I know we didn't really go after many defenders, but yeah, we're going to concede goals here and there, but we'll score more than everyone else. And I think that's a bad mentality, Like, I think you need to not have the mentality of, well, we'll ship a couple of goals here and there, and it'll cause some losses, but at the end, we'll be better. I think you have to worry about it, because this is a game you should not have lost.
Right. I agree with that. But Mighty Sunderland swings on. And it was close to Halloween, so the Black Cats, well deserved. The Geordie Goblins. feasted on the flesh of Fulham, leaving it to the fifth course in the 90th with a late goal from head goblin Bruno Guimaraes. The head goblin. I love it. 2-1. Once again is how the feasting ended. Fulham doing their best Liverpool impression with now 4 losses in a row. How bad has their season been so far? Yeah, that felt like they started interesting, but they have definitely been on the struggle bus. But they also played against a Newcastle United who have been on a bit of a struggle bus. So a pretty even match, all things considered.
Yeah.
I think the thing that's hurting them the most is the too conservative a transfer strategy and some key players departing in the offseason. I mean, that's really where it is, in my opinion.
I don't know if their defense is the same as it was last season. And I think that's hurting them a bit. They've shipped 8 goals and they've only scored 9, so it's kind of trouble at both ends. Or that both ends just haven't really fully got into gear and clicked yet. For Fulham, while they've looked good at times, -5 goal difference, only 8 points, 4 losses in a row. Their last win was way back in September 20th, 3-1 over Brentford. They have talent. They have some scores. A little bit of injuries there, not bad, but they didn't really bring anybody in of note. And I know that Marcus Silva was definitely hammering on that drum at the start of the season, and they really didn't get anybody in. So I think the lack of goal scoring here will certainly hurt them. And who knows, they may be fighting it in the relegation zone all season as well.
Yeah, another thing, I think I feel bad for Marco Silva because he doesn't have those players he can sub on that will take the game on their shoulders and create a bit of magic when it's needed to really uplift the team. So, like, the lack of an impact sub and poor finishing and ruthlessness in the final third is really just, holding them down, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to swing us back in. We've been at the 3-minute warning. Take it away, Ferris, though. I won't steal time from you there.
Oh, sorry. I was looking. Anyways, the Red Devils of Manchester strike down the Birds of Brighton with a harrowing 4-2 win over their southern foes, courtesy of the fiery trident of Cunha, Casemiro, and Mbuemo. 4-2 on the day, and now 3 in a row for United. Can the Red Devils make it another 2 in a row for the purposes of ridding a follower of their hair? 5 in a row, baby.
Did you guys
come on?
Ron? Did you get to watch this match at all?
Yes, I did.
So I had this feeling that I like, and even in the last 10 minutes, I was like, I think my friend Ferris is going to have a sad day. I just felt like the Birds could come back and score a couple really fast.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back to text that went back and forth that day. Okay, hold on. So Blake at 1:09 p.m. This is, I think, United's up 2-0, right? Blake goes, Man United in top 4. It's a Christmas miracle. My exact words. You son of a bitch. The game ain't over yet. This is Man United we're talking about now. Then you go, but you're up 2-0 in the first half. Nothing ever goes wrong then. I go, that's the most dangerous scoreline. There's 2 halves to every game. So, yes, and then the 3-2, it happened once they started to make subs, and they definitely took their foot off the gas when Mbuemo scored that third. But once they started to make subs, Dorgu came on and looked like complete garbage. He just did not look good. Once those subs started to come in and they took the foot off it, then you got a free kick goal by Danny Welbeck, who was a long time at Man United, but is seemingly always scores against Man United playing for Brighton.
And Arsenal.
Yeah. Layman's probably could have done better on that, in fairness. But still, just nice to have a goalie back there that can command the box. grab the ball out of the air, that sort of thing. But his positioning there, I think, is definitely can be questioned. And they gave up a second. It was 3-2. And you're like, bless it. But in fairness to him, United just kept going, and Brian Mbeumo lashed one home for the fourth, and that just ended the day. But it's good to see United scoring goals. It's good to see a goalie that, can actually play the position and just do simple things right. And I think that goes a long way.
I just love our last episode conversation. Like, he's doing the bare minimum, and that's great. He's doing the bare minimum as a goalie, and that's great. He moves toward the ball. He puts his hand out. It stops from time to time.
Just keep it simple, stupid, right? And that's all he does. And you can just tell the defense is just feels more confident with him back there. A few decent saves in this. He had 3 or 4 saves on the day. Positioning on that free kick, as I talked about, not the best, but he's 23 years old. Listen, you catch the ball, you play it fine with out of the box with your feet. You're not, you're not Iniesta playing the ball back there, but we don't need that. We need somebody that's a big, strong lad that can just get his body in the way of the goal and do the simple things. And so far, he's done that. And I think he's quiet in the media. He speaks well for a young lad, and that's all. It's simple, right? And I think that goes a long way, opposed to the Onana tactics of this, that, and the other, and loudmouth and being this. It's just like, no, dude, just win us over by playing, and that's what all of the new signings have done. When you think about it, like Cunha, so this was his first goal and his first points, but he's a dog, man. He just works his ass off out there, and he plays with it on his sleeve. At times, do you like his game? No, but is he a player that you hate when he's on the opposite team, but like having on your team? Yes, but he plays with the heart on his sleeve. You see how much it meant for him to score a goal. He just loved it. You could say he was almost in tears on finally getting that goal for a club that he's loved like all of his life. Brian Mbeumo, good Lord, Liverpool should have paid the 100 and something mil for him, because man, just banging in goals. He's just a juggernaut, makes smart runs, plays just as hard. Benjamin Sesko hasn't looked great, but he's playing the number 9 position in this formation. He's really starting to kind of fit into it. He's holding the ball up well. He played a lovely ball for the third goal, or for the second, for his first goal. I don't know. He had an assist in this game, but a good pass, played it well, turned well, good feet for a lad his size. They've been smart signings by Barada and the staff, and I think they fit this system very, very well. Now, keep in mind, it's only 3 wins. It's not like,
I was going to say, you weren't saying this like
I know
4 or 5 weeks ago.
Right. It's only 3 wins. They've been solid wins. We don't have any Europe. We don't have any midweek games, so we have a lot of time on the pitch to train and kind of get through this. We'll see.
What do you got? You got Nottingham next, then the Spurs.
Yeah.
All right, before the break.
Nottingham will help you sharpen your teeth a little further.
Hopefully.
I bet Tottenham's going to be a harder game for you.
Yeah, you see, I actually think Nottingham could be a trap game for us in a way, as we look ahead a little bit. But I do think Amarin has the team looking just at the next game. And in fairness, they have 6 days to think about it each week. So,
Yeah.
Look at each game. Just hit the damn thing. Let's go on.
That was the most honest thing I've ever heard.
Speaking of Nottingham Forest, the deadly cherries of Bournemouth take a bite out of Nottingham Forest, poisoning their net with 2 goals in the first half. And that's all it took of the tainted fruit from down south to get a clean sheet win over their northern enemies. Bournemouth sits second in the table after 9 matches.
The
tainted cherries.
The tainted fruit.
The cherries.
Yeah, man. The tainted fruit.
Absolutely.
Tainted fruit from down south is the name I danced under in college. That's a hell of a phrase you wrote, fans.
Yeah, man. I like that. Play.
You had me at
downtown.
taint.
Heck yeah.
I mean,
listen, do we want to see Bournemouth in the Champions League next season? Absolutely.
Hell yes.
absolutely,
yes.
man. Yeah. Like, would love that. I mean, their story was such a good one. I mean, to be honest, rivaled right now with Sunderland as far as like, I mean, they didn't go into administration, but Bournemouth basically did. But they both have a very like underdog fighting ahead situation. I still feel like that was my Leicester's prediction, right? Them going to Europe, fighting for a spot to go to Europe.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's exciting. I love the Cherries. Love the Wrexham before Wrexham. A whole town gets behind them and raises all this money and stuff. Try the change cups at the sandwich shops and everything in town to keep the club afloat. And now to see them fighting like they are is pretty awesome.
And don't Orlando City have a partnership with them too, or with the?
I don't know.
We talk about it. I don't know if we talked about it, but they have an academy partnership with them in some capacity. I don't know if it's directly through the club or both clubs or what. Yeah, so
a new multi-club partnership
affiliation agreement with Black Knight Football Club. I don't think we ever talked about this on the pod, but it's a network of clubs including Bournemouth, Lorient, Hibernian, and Auckland FC. Remember, Auckland was in Club World Cup, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And just aims to align elite talent development with operational best practices, leveraging each club's strengths across North America, Latin America, Europe, and Asia Pacific. And there's a really cool photo of I don't know the two gentlemen, but they each work for the club, and one is a Bournemouth kit that says 25 and says Orlando City on it, and then there's an Orlando City kit that says 25 with Black Knight on it. So
nice.
That's
pretty cool. And we have the first kits when they got into the Premier League, gentlemen. Do you remember that?
We got the kits their first year in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still have them.
Well, whoever I called was like, what? You want what? I said, yeah, I'm trying to order it to America, but it's not letting me on the. He's like, well, we'll get it for you. I was like, yeah, whatever his name was. I feel like I called Frank, the guy that runs the merch at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Like, it just seemed like normal everything. But yeah, I love those kits. But
I think the thing that Bournemouth is doing really well this year that they haven't done so cohesively in the past, that high energy pressing system is just creating massive amounts of turnovers, and they're able to be in a position to take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm. And if I believe it, Antoine Semenyo is the highest fantasy player in the Premier League this season. Dude's just tearing it up. Didn't get a goal in this, but man, he's awesome. And if you remember really early on in the first game, he was racially abused.
Yeah.
And that it's almost like that, it proverbially kind of lit a fire under his ass. And he's just been a goal scoring just beast out there. He's been awesome.
The Cherries. Arsenal. They recall the set piece spirit from beyond the grave as they haunts his previous tenant for the lone goal in the 39th minute. Sitting top and 10th in the table, this match almost put us to our graves earlier with the painstaking tactical defensive battle. I mean, for you, defense wins championships.
Okay, I'm awake. Okay, cool. All right, back to sleep.
Even the pundits are like, people need to stop talking about the set pieces because they're scoring them and nobody else is.
That doesn't make the statement any less true. They're scoring a majority of the goals off the set pieces. Now,
the only thing you need to know is 16 goals scored, 3 against. That's the only stat that matters.
What's more incredible is their defensive record. They don't give up big chances. They don't give up a lot of shots. There was no big chances in this game. I think 3 shots on target. That's like triple more than the past 3 or 4 games. I think for a whole month so far up to this game, they'd only let 1 shot on target. Like, their defensive acumen is just absolutely strong. Did Saliba get hurt in this, or
Saliba did go down, but it doesn't seem like it's a big concern. I think they pulled him off, but oh gosh, I gotta go to the game to see who they pulled. The dude they pulled in though. Did
Leverkusen guy, right?
Yeah, it did really well. And I was worried about this Crystal Palace game. It's Crystal Palace. They can cut it.
Squad.
Yeah, they can cut it on.
Punch it above their weight.
Yeah. So I wasn't like I was a little concerned about like this match.
I think
Mascara.
If it was at Selhurst.
Mascara. He went in for Saliba. That's who it is.
Gotcha. I think if it's at Selhurst, this game might have been 0-0, or maybe Palace nick a goal, or maybe Arsenal nick a goal this way. I think at the Emirates really, really helped Arsenal stay in that defensive strong structure. You can see it towards the end of the game there, how well they were like high-fiving and just getting amped to continue to block balls and see balls out and gain possession. You know, all of those things that are just absolutely annoying to the offensive team who's trying to get a goal from a good way from how Arsenal were defending and how they were playing, but you saw how amped they were for that. And Arsenal just a different beast at home almost. They've done well away so far, but at home is really big for them.
I was just glad Eze got that goal.
Is this a rare 2-minute drill where most of the 2 minutes spoken about Arsenal, Ferris had only pleasant things to say?
It is dawning of a new age.
Where are we at in that? Could you imagine if Arsenal blow this now?
Look how happy Ferris just got.
Yeah, his face just lit up.
Yeah, your camera.
What are the odds makers say on that right
now? I mean, there definitely have plenty of clubs, I think, helping them.
It's okay. Can to close out the 2 minutes here? Can I read another text from our group that occurred during this game?
What's that? Oh, I think I know.
Phil sends, who's an Arsenal fan, current table is whack. And I go, why? Because Arsenal are top of the table. And he goes, touche. And I go, in fairness, Bournemouth are second, Sunderland are third, Man United are in fifth at the time. We are supposed to all be in a relegation battle. Yes. The table is whack.
I mean, if you said, hey, you know what? 9 games in, top of the table by 4 points, being chased by Bournemouth, Spurs, and Sunderland, I'll take it. That's insane. I mean, that is bonkers. Exactly. And while you should never discount Man City out, are they our next one? Should I shut up?
Yeah.
I'll shut up. I'll save it for the next one.
Oh, that's me. Aston Villa escaped in becoming another corpse to the house of Man City with his lone curling wonder strike in the 19th minute. After a frightful start of the season, Villa are now only 1 point behind Man City in the table.
So
they did. They had a terrible start to the season. And how they worked themselves up to 8th quietly, 4 wins on the bounce.
Mm-hmm.
And looking like they're going to stay better. Man City, do they have a Haaland problem?
I think it's an interesting question, Blake. I do, because he's banging in goals. But he also banged his nuts on the post.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that for the goal that was called that he scored but was called off because of offside. But man, he took a nut shot to the post like you wouldn't believe. But it's an interesting point, because does Haaland make them better or worse? Now it's hard. It's hard to go that route, because they won the treble with him in the squad, right? And with him scoring goals. I think what is more different when it comes to City is some of your core is gone. Yeah, I know that Gundogan's back. De Bruyne, I think they're having to adapt a little bit in the midfield and in the wide positions, right? You have Savino and Oscar Bob that played in these wide positions. Talented, young, but are they proven yet in the league? No, I'm not so sure. Which means you have Phil Foden, who's probably a better right winger than he is in the midfield as a number 10. You have him playing in the midfield as a number 10, number 8, alongside Silva, who's a better number 10 than he is a better number 8 or 6. So then you have Reinders, who can kind of play all positions and be a box-to-box, playing in that number 6. So they're all good players, and it's Pep behind the wheel there. I just don't know if they're fully... if it's all based around Holland, which it seems that it is, of just getting balls in the box and having him run through, and is that the kind of their only means of goal scoring?
Right.
So I
mean, because right now,
question you asked,
Arsenal have got 11 different goal scorers in the Premier League season so far. Man City, do you know how many they have? 3.
3.
Yep. They have 3, and I think that seems to be there's something about if Holland isn't on or going to put in, it doesn't feel like they're good. And again, Holland's got like 11 of the of their goals or whatever, but it feels like right now it's Holland or nothing, which is still a scary proposition if you're a team facing them. But that feels a whole lot better than Holland and Kevin De Bruyne and everybody else from It's definitely a different City team right now.
I also feel like they are where Chelsea was kind of early last year, where all you had to do was stop Cole Palmer and you were going to beat Chelsea.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now if you can stack up your center backs on Holland and have some midfield protection for the other ancillary players on the wing who are trying to come in, you can effectively stop this Man City team who are not very ruthless, right? So the over reliance on Holland is massive this season. No other Manchester City player has scored more than 1 goal so far. Those other 2 people that you have scored on the list only have 1 goal each. Right. So like, if you can effectively frustrate Holland, you can stem the attack pretty well.
You think Pep will stick around? How much longer do you think Pep sticks around?
They're 2-3 years on his deal, so I think he's going to stay around for that long. I think he kind of wants to see this kind of new age, I won't call it rebuild, but reloading of Man City through to win something.
It's just nice to see them in a rebuild year for a change.
Burnley bash Wolverhampton Wanderers in what was a graveyard smash of a 3-2 game. Wolves have yet to record a win in the league this season, gentlemen. Are they toast?
To quote the great Ferris, they gone.
They gone.
Yeah, I mean, them and West Ham might as well going to start packing their bags soon. I don't think either one of those clubs.
Wolves are they're the team that I mentioned earlier that has 0 wins on the season so far after 9 games. That's just not good.
Gentlemen, you haven't been relegated until you've been relegated in LA.
Yeah.
That's my favorite drink at Omar's is the relegated.
Like
the relegated martini.
One in this voice and not like a Dracula type voice, but it's up to you.
I'll see where the spirit moves me. Lastly, Count Dracula Van de Ven of Tottenham Hotspur Manor latched his fangs into Everton with a brace to help see the Spurs off Everton 3-0. Who is Evan Everton? Stop trying to make Everton happen.
How Spursy are they? Like, does the Spurs like bling? Does it like go well with my outfit?
I like the Spurs because their mascot's a big cock.
You come from that one. Oh, just hit the thing right now. We don't have to talk about anything else. God almighty.
I've ever seen Ferris pull the plug on a segment so fast.
Oh, well, it's Spurs. That's the most Spursy thing to do, anyways.
All right. Oh, don't be afraid. That's just a halftime whistle, as it's time for Ron's spooky beer news. All the news that's fit to fright.
Gentlemen, get ready. Because now that over the years, we've covered pretty much every haunted football team, haunted ground, haunted ball, haunted athletic trainer, everything. Now we move into haunted breweries.
Oh, God,
Ooh,
yeah.
I like
Why
that.
didn't that
Yeah.
come earlier? Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Haunted breweries. And one of the most haunted breweries in the country. Can anyone guess where it is? State. I need the state where you think it is.
Say that again. The most haunted. Oh,
It's the most haunted brewery in the continental U.S.
I have to know. I have to say that the
Pennsylvania.
most haunted bar in America has got to be somewhere in Louisiana. But I don't know if brewery would fit under that, because the breweries took off later there. Pennsylvania's a good shout, Ferris. Got some old breweries there. I mean, because anything else, we're talking recent supernatural sightings. We're talking about class 1 or class 3 specters. Where are we at here? Are we a free floating apparition?
Tell them about the Twinkie rating. It is true, sir. This man has no.
I'm gonna go with. God, I could just do a whole podcast quoting Ghostbusters all day long. I'm going to say Ferris if goes Pennsylvania. I guess I'll go California, because brewing's been happening over there for a long time. So I'll go California.
Ooh, Ferris. Ding, ding.
Nice.
Well done.
Is Booby's
Now, the
Brewery
reason
on
this is interesting is because Blake is like spitting distance to this brewery.
Oh.
Is this Booby's?
Yeah. It is Booby's Brewing.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you heard it right.
First had a reference to the Spurs. Now we have a Boobies reference to a brewery.
Yep.
Yes.
You cannot make this up.
Booby's Brewing is a very old brewery.
Hold on. Just back it up for everybody. Can you spell what the name of the brewery is real quick?
I'm getting there. Just chill. It is a brewery. This is the best part. Pennsylvania is full of all this, right? Booby's Brewery in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania.
Yep, Ferris, you just keep looking at the chat thread. I'm going to start sending you pictures, brother, so you can see.
It is considered as the most widely haunted brewery due to its long history of reported encounters with spirits of former occupants and documented paranormal investigations. The 1800s brewery complex and adjacent Victorian hotel are said to host several persistent spirits. The founder, who died in 1908, I can't pronounce his name, Alouis. That's his first name. Booby, Bube, is his last name. He's the founder. Like I said, he died in 1908, is still said to walk the brewery grounds. Pauline Engel, who is the great-granddaughter of the founder, is also a residual haunting where her spectral energy continues to replay her actions in the living world. And people swear they see this all the time. Another one is a brewery worker who was reportedly killed during Prohibition during a raid. His spirit lingers the bar area. A little girl named Annie, she has been the ghost of a child who likes dolls and flashlights. So it is said that she plays with the physical realm while people are there, which is super creepy.
Mm.
Um, Another male ghost has an authoritative figure, is an authoritative figure, and reportedly tells guests to get out of the hotel's second floor hallway.
Wait, so they have a hotel in this brewery?
Yeah, dude, did
Yeah,
you see the
this is
pictures?
Victoria.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it
I'm
now.
sending you. They're rad, right? I mean,
Heck yeah.
that is definitely, if you come up for a visit, we need to go
Oh, yeah.
to, because it is historical. Like,
How far away is it from you, Blake?
oh jeez,
I mean,
man.
not
I
far.
mean, yeah, I'll tell you in 2 seconds, but it ain't far.
If it's 15 minutes, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, boobies.
Maybe it's about that.
I don't think it's far at all. It's 5 miles from me. Yeah, it's an 11-minute drive.
Have you been there since you've been back?
No, I haven't been there since I lived in PA back in the early aughts. What do we call that? I haven't been there in forever. I don't even know what it's like now over there, but it's cool. It's definitely a sweet place.
So
Looks awesome.
there's a the ghost hunters from the Travel Channel have been there and tried to investigate it, and you can see the episodes. Allegedly, footage from their investigation confirmed that the place is haunted. The Quest Paranormal Society have also recorded issues there, so it's a pretty fun haunted
Okay.
spot.
And it's A Boobies Brewery.
It's just well, A is the first initial of the person's first
And that's what
name.
it says on the door thing that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And like when I was in PA, like that was a place we went and had parties and drank a bunch.
Yeah, like that's
Right. We get off a day of performing and go out there and have a beer or two and chill out. And,
Were you guys ever haunted? Evidently not.
no, I was never there long enough. I never stayed over.
I was about to say, yeah. Did you ever stay over at the place?
Mm-mm.
And I think we have so many of our friends that lived here were bartenders there at some point. Like,
Yep.
Did
And they always did things like improv Olympics, and like before trivia night was a thing that everybody did. They did it, and the food was always super good. But yeah, they have catacombs. Another interesting thing about this is that they have a massive catacomb underneath, which is allegedly was a stop on the what's the slave
The
Underground Railroad.
Underground Railroad. Thank you. Yes, the Underground Railroad. They were reportedly a stop on the Underground Railroad.
I'll give you a cool one too, Ferris. Like but like the dude died in 1908 at 57 years old, but he had enough wealth that although the brewery closed prior to Prohibition in 1920, the family was able to live there to the 1960s, changing nothing and doing little with the building. So as common breweries similar to this one would have been in the late 1800s, Booby's Rose Toy Brewery is the only of the hundreds of lager era breweries that still stands in a completely intact condition in the United States today, with restoration of the complex beginning in 68 and continuing through. So as beer history goes in the States, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they have over 43 feet. Their catacombs are over 43 feet deep under the surface of the ground there. Creepy.
What I don't know is if they brew on site or elsewhere. I'm curious to find out.
So they do. They have a microbrewery on site, and they have a ginger beer. They have an extra lager, and they have a vanilla imperial stout currently on tap.
Just reading the description, the Booby's Extra Lager, dark lager, stronger than most of our lagers at 5.6%, smooth and complex, cross between a Czech dark lager and a Belgian strong ale. That sounds good. I want to try that.
I know, right?
Heck yeah.
All right.
Man,
We've really got
come up and see you, but then stay at that hotel.
Yeah. It's just 10 minutes down the
Right.
street, man. Well,
Heck yeah.
for the Brewtiful Game,
So
we'll
if
send you.
if you freak out,
Yeah, for the Brewtiful Game, we'll send Ferris along with electro spectrometer. And like he just reports, and Ron and I'll be back at my house. We'll monitor you on like FaceTime.
Yep.
So we get the like, wait, what was that? I heard. Did you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
I would totally do that. Yeah,
We
there's
should
some
record a pod there one day.
there's some cool historical stuff here. So like for as far as beer is concerned, that we
gentlemen,
should definitely check out.
we could just go to ghostshop.com
Oh, okay.
and we could find the Spirit Box SB7 radio,
Yes.
which will sweep for ghosts.
Yes.
We can look up the REM Pod EMF proximity detector
We
for
can
ghost hunting.
literally become.
Sure.
We can launch the Brewtiful Game for real as a separate podcast.
The Brewtiful Game podcast. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, for about $800, we can go legit.
Let's go.
You can get the Paranormal Puck 2, designed to connect and control a device.
Oh my gosh, with your Molsons, you'd be Canadian. So I'm going to sell the Road Podcaster here. I'm going to buy a Spirit Box. Is that what you're telling me? Right?
Get the Spirit
Yes.
Box. Ron's going to bring in Molson Canadian, piss the ghost of Booby's Brewery headmaster off.
Yeah, there you go. To see if he rages out.
Dude, you would be a legend if you iced a ghost.
That's how the Canadian Ghostbusters catch him.
You would be a legend.
Gentlemen, on ghoststop.com, we can buy a $245 mechanical bell.
What does that do?
And they call it the dead bell. Because the ghosts are supposed to fucking ding ding. Stupid.
Tell us how you really feel.
Oh my God, I totally want to hunt ghosts.
Ron's Halloween reporting with like, this is BS. Back to you, Janet.
Runs on AA batteries and still sucks.
Pretty much. All right.
But sorry, one last ghost hunting equipment that we absolutely need.
Okay.
For a scant $99.
Bargain.
We need a ghost hunting Spirit Box radio that is called, wait for it, the Sinister Speaker.
Yes. The Sinister Speaker.
I smell horse.
I see a lot of cool stuff.
Not for $99 is not horse. That's pure gold, my friend. Sinister Speaker? Heck yeah.
Ghoststop.com.
I went to
I love it.
ghostshop.com.
One-stop shop for all your ghostly needs.
Oh, I see the Sinister Speaker. It even looks like an old timey radio.
I know.
Does it really?
So
Put
stupid,
that in
yeah.
the chat, please.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'll send that right here in the chats so you can see what the Sinister Speaker looks like. Ferris, there you go. Look at that BS.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Talk about legit.
We want to make this look old because the ghosts, they like the old looking stuff. They're like, what's this newfangled digital
Yeah,
no
see?
knobs? I don't know how to
I
haunt
found a
this.
ghost in 1920. Haunted me
Yeah.
for weeks.
I don't know how to hunt.
Look at this one.
That-
Jesus. This
Does
is
that say
fucking-
Ghost Daddy on it?
Yes.
It might
Oh,
say
okay.
Ghost Daddy.
Sure, I saw that right.
Yep. Oh,
And here's one last one to really drive home the horse of this website. Here you go. 3, 2, 1. There you go.
what is?
Dude,
Oh,
that-
that's the
is
dead
it-
bell
They literally duct taped a hops bell, like a hotel bell to
to a box.
Yeah.
a box. And I
Gentlemen,
added a dial to the box.
we might be working too hard for side money. We
You know
maybe
what?
Just we probably could do this.
The
I would
problem
take
is
the
I couldn't
the
in good
Sinister
conscience.
Speaker over the bell. The bell thing just seems a little too fake.
Oh, gentlemen, look at this. Oh,
Oh, we pissed off all of our
now
SoCal
I
girls, but we also
now I
pissed
really
off all
need
of
one
our
of these.
paranormal folks.
All our algorithms are about to get so screwed right now.
I really need this. Look at this. This is high tech right here. Whew. Wait for it.
Oh, what was it, like the spirit candle?
It's the spirit candle. So
Yes,
stupid.
let's go.
And it's LED.
You could buy that at Home Goods down the street. 3 for $20.
Stupid. They show you how to put in the batteries. The is a spirit gonna do? Come on.
Well, spirit's gonna make your battery die.
Hey, listen.
Oh,
If
sure.
it's an alkaline spirit, then we're in good shape.
You got to watch out for the lithium-ion spirits.
Yeah, they'll catch on fire. You got to watch out for that. Oh my
Oh,
God!
EMF triggered teddy bear.
Oh my God! You've been holding out this entire time?
Because there's no EMF floating in space. Not at all. Look at this, and he glows green and other dumb colors.
Never find it so bad.
Like you're just being an ass. Look at this.
It's bear.
Look at this.
You literally, oh God, I wish we were recording this pod video because we would share our screens and what we're sending in text right now.
Yeah, the
Where I literally said a bear with a green light in the chest.
No. Let's be real frank.
Candle.
No.
No, that was Photoshop over.
Yeah,
that
those
wasn't
lights.
a light inside.
Yeah.
Okay, well, still, a candle, and then a bell that is super glued to a box with a dial. That's literally the 3 things he just sent in our group chat. And then the sinister speaker looks like just one of those old alarm clocks that you can buy on like Amazon and get tomorrow to go into your room. It just.
They also sell the Spirit Box Faraday cage.
The what? Does that catch the bear?
No, that's where you get the ghost trap. Get your terminology correct.
A Faraday cage stops incoming radio signals or incoming radiation from affecting your electronic equipment. Guaranteed to ensure you don't hear anything. Okay, I'm over it.
That was
It was a cool haunt, though. Like Booby's Brewery, go see it. Haunted, cool. Don't bring any of the dumb equipment.
No, we got to. I'm going to. If I ever go, I'm bringing something. Either that teddy bear or a candle.
I'm getting the dead ringer bell, but I'm gonna buy one and epoxy it to a piece of wood.
That says Ghost Box on it.
It says Ghost Box TM.
I'm just gonna write "Ring Me" on it.
Ring me. That was a good one. I wish I had booze to get us out, but all I have is a halftime whistle.
You're welcome.
Now we move on to the La Liga's Roundup.
Or what did you call it? The Liga's mashup?
Yeah, there you go. But I needed like a creaky door or something after it.
All right. I just poured myself another one of these Bride of Dankensteins. Man, they're going down smooth. We'll kind of make this quick. We'll kind of go over the U.S. women's national team. They were in action this past week. And the first game didn't go as well as they would have thought, as Emma Hayes and the U.S. women's national team playing a 4-3-3 lose 2-1 to Portugal. A goal in the first half and a goal in the second half, but only after a Rose Lavelle hit that was awesome in the first minute. But they had just kind of let it just coasted in a way. And Portugal, more corners in the match, one less shot on target, just took their chances, took it well, and they got out of Subaru Park there in Philadelphia with a 2-1 win. A couple days later, though, the Portland duo of Olivia Moultrie, who feels like she's been in the NWSL for eons now, but you remember she came in the NWSL when she was 16 years old, and she's now 20, I think. But she scored a brace, one in the first minute, second in the 10th minute, and then my girl, who you always need some coffee, Sam Coffey, with an 82-minute strike, and she only came on 5 minutes earlier in the 77th, and they get out of where are they playing? What is this name? They're playing in East Hartford, Connecticut, at the Pratt Pratt and Whitney Stadium.
Yeah.
At Winchester Field. I'm not familiar with it, but
It was not far from where I lived. I know where that is, yeah.
There you go. And a much different game in this one. It was a good win by the U.S. A little bit different lineup, a young lineup here. You had, if I'm not mistaken, Jordan Bugg of Seattle might have got her first cap for the U.S. She started there at center back. Lily Reel of Gotham got her got her start. I think she's played a few games now. Dickey was in goal. Claire Hutton on the midfield, along with Lily Johannes, who plays for the Olympic Lyonnais now. Jaden Shaw, Alyssa Thompson, Ali Sentner kind of played that kind of false number 9 there, and then Olivia Moultrie. But Emily Sonnet was kind of the elder statesman, if you will, at the young 31 years old, where everybody else, I don't even think cracked 25 maybe. Like a good showing from a young group. They played very, very well and got some goals early, hung on to it because Portugal scored in the 5th and it was 1-1 at that time, but they still progressed well. They played hard. Some good substitutions down the line that brought on a few more of kind of the names that we know in terms of Labonta, Emma Sears, Emily Fox, Sam Coffey. So all in all, they're friendly games. I'm sorry, I completely forgot to mention they honored Alex Morgan in the game in Pennsylvania, the first game. As she should be. She is just a legend for what she did with the U.S. and just building the women's game here in the States. And AM13 even got a ice bath, or not an ice bath, an ice shower. Sorry, from her name just completely eluded me. U.S. Women's National Team legend, Wambach. Got a ice shower in the cold of Pennsylvania, but I believe Morgan's first goal and first start was with Wambach way in the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. So all in all, a good window. Saw some new players here, which is good. Some familiar faces. Good to see Emily Sams called up into it, once more. So, all in all, I think played very, very well, and some good competition there in Portugal. And they just kind of keep chugging along. There's just talent. This is the new wave. You're seeing a lot of people retire this, in the past year. Ali Kriegers, your Alex Morgans, your Megan Rapinos. You're seeing a lot of that old guard, if you will, kind of what we had watched. We had really gotten into the game even more so with them. You're seeing them step out of the limelight there and allow this young group to kind of come in and shine. And so far, I think they've done well. That they've won gold, and let's see what they can do at the next World Cup. And if I'm not mistaken, the U.S. in a joint bid with a few Central American and South American teams, I think, are not teams, but countries are all going to get the 2031 Women's World Cup. So that'd be cool to see some games here in the next Women's World Cup on U.S. soil. All right, and moving on. I won't go over a lot of the matches in Europe, but the big one, El Clasico, happened this weekend, and wow, what a game! Played at Estadio Santiago Bernabeu, and it was ultimately a 2-1 win for Real Madrid. Mbappe, who scored first, and it was called offside, but then scored a few moments later in the 22nd minute, and then Bellingham, assisted by Kylian Mbappe. So he was just tearing it up. The Bellingham was assisted by Eder Militao. Jude Bellingham assisted killing Mbappe's goal, but Mbappe was kind of the main star in this one, and they just absolutely 23 total shots, 4 big chances, expected goal of 3.63, despite only having 32% possession. Madrid just kind of a masterclass here. And Barcelona could really not touch him up until the end when Pedri got sent off for a second yellow, and then the benches kind of went at each other. 6 people booked on the benches. The cops had to stand in between the dugout. It got a little feisty there at the end, but man, what a match for the first El Clasico of the season.
I think the only other big news there is that La Liga came off of the whole go play in Miami thing, right?
Oh, that's right. Good shout there, Ron. Yeah. They kind of backed off of it after there was a I forgot about that news. After there was kind of a silent not silent, but there was a protest by the players the week before last. And La Liga was talking to television companies to not show the kind of protest prior to the games. And that did not sit well with the players there and staffs of these clubs. And there was enough kind of grumbling. And they chalked it up. I don't remember the sports company that kind of is helping it over here. It's a big name. But they kind of came out and said, it's just too soon to prepare for the match, which would be in December. So it's only like, 60 days away, which in fairness is probably correct to pull off a match that size. But also, he announced this news only a few days after players protest, and La Liga tries to kind of shunt and hide that from them. And I think in the end, it's probably the right call that it gotten this far, that it took this much to kind of halt this. It would have been a Barcelona and somebody, I don't remember who the other team was that was going to play, but irrespective of that, to call that off, I think is ultimately a good thing. Will we see it down the line? Probably. Just similar to how NFL plays games over in Brazil and England and so on and so forth. I think that's what La Liga, Serie A, so on and so forth is trying to get out of this. But it's a different culture. It's a different game over there. I've never been to a game in Spain. I've been to a few games in England. I could imagine the Premier League doing this on a regular game. So I can only imagine that your Serie A fan base supporters, your La Liga.
It is weird on a regular game. I mean, especially like when they all end up becoming so important, and then if you were to look back and go, well, yeah, I don't. That the level of fairness seems to go out the window a little bit there for your season.
Mm-hmm. And are you strapped for that much cash that you have to do this?
Yeah,
it's not buying it.
It was Villarreal and Barcelona.
Villarreal, that's right.
Yeah. Just do your preseason games and
which do well.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Unless you're the Club World Cup, they do well.
Yeah.
And but good shout there, Ron. And that has been your La Liga's roundup.
Wait, say it one more time, Ferris.
That has been your La Liga's mashup.
There we go. All right, gents, I believe that wraps us up. Our Beer's the Pod. I had the Pumpkin from Southern Tier out of New York. Always a pleasure. Never a trick. Always a treat.
I had the Bride of Dankenstein from Mason Ale Works in San Diego, West Coast IPA, and I'm on my second, and it is darn good.
I had a Molson.
Oh, right. Friggin' Molson.
A little bit more enthusiasm than that.
I forgot about that. Follow us on the Brewtiful Game on the socials. Leave us a rating and review, and more importantly, tell your friends and family about us. That's what helps get more people over to the pod. If you do leave a review, let us know. We'll get something fun out to you in the mail. Ferris, do you have a Zlatan quote? What do we say we're going to call Zlatan? We were determining it different now. A quote worthy of Zlatan? Is that now that we've run through all the Zlatan quotes?
I don't, but I will go through a list of quotes from famous horror movies, and can you guys name them?
I like it.
The power of Christ compels you.
Oh, it's
Easy.
The Exorcist.
Boom. Okay. We all go a little mad sometimes.
That's not it. We all go a little mad sometimes. Oh, that's gonna make me nuts. I hear
Will
it.
make you psycho?
Oh, Psycho.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yes. It's like,
Here's low hanging fruit. It's alive. It's alive.
oh, yeah. Dracula.
Which the new the one that yes. Jesus. Which the one that what's his name is doing on Netflix.
Guillermo del Toro, Frankenstein looks awesome. Yes, that looks really good. A lot of practical filming and stuff. Yeah, I'm super stoked for that one.
I see dead people.
Oh, that's the 12th sense.
You timed it by 2. Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Was the boogeyman.
I see dead people. What did you say? Boogeyman Halloween. I thought you named a movie called The Boogeyman.
Oh, no. Sorry.
I don't know that.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what?
The dead are not quiet in Hill House.
The Haunting of Hill House?
Indeed.
Does that like what?
We all float down here.
That's it.
That is it. Here's Johnny.
The Tonight Show. No.
All right. These probably not as well known, but be afraid. Be very afraid.
That's Poltergeist?
It's The Fly.
The Fly. That's right. Yeah.
And when trace the call, it's coming from inside the house.
Does that Scream?
Scream, right?
When a stranger calls.
Oh, when a stranger calls. Oh, further back. Scream inspired by that moment, inspired by that film. But yes.
Yep. My mom loves to share the story. I guess when I was probably a kid, we used to go over just to some friend's house every Halloween, and we always go out and we trick or treat and that sort of stuff. But when we got back from trick or treating one time, or it wasn't even on. I don't even think it was all on Halloween, but they had rented this movie back when you had to go to the store and rented a Blockbuster or whatnot. They said they were sitting on the couch with the other family, and we were all upstairs in bed or whatnot. And they're watching it, and it's really intense. And all of a sudden, at like 11 o'clock at night, there's a knock on the door, and it scared the piss out of everybody there. And it happened to be just somebody lost or something like that. But she just loves to tell that story. But be safe this Halloween. Get out there, enjoy some good horror movies.
We have been.
Area, please come to Halloween Horror Nights.
I've been introducing my daughter into the world of horror through like gateway films, like we did. Five Nights at Freddy's, and she really liked Megan, to be honest. She really liked Megan more than I thought. In fact, can we watch the first Megan again?
You know what? I watched the second one on the plane out to LA.
Dude, the second one, stupid fun.
It goes off the rails a few times, but you can't, even the first one, you're like, I laughed more in these than I did anything.
Yeah.
But they're just fun.
Yeah,
they're just enjoyable movies to watch. You don't have to think a lot about them. They're just kind of fun.
If you're gonna do a second one though, like, I mean, if you're just gonna do it the same? So I like the fact that she became like fighting this other. I don't know. It was insane. Yeah. It genre hopped, and we saw the trailer, and she's doing the zipper flying squirrel suit, and I was like, well, this is totally different, but whatever. It was a blast. But even my kid is like, she's like, the first one's scary, the second one's fun. I like them both. Like. That was her take on them. So I think we're doing Killer Clowns from Outer Space next.
Oh, fun!
This is the next on the list.
I will never forgive you for having to walk out of work every night through that damn zone. I was like, oh my god, bubbles and clowns and everything else. Remember, I texted Blake. I was like, what the hell did you do to me?
I love that one. She doesn't have a memory of it, but she definitely in a stroller too went through there. All right, now for Halloween to wrap up, I only have a couple of questions for you lads. Here's first question. What is a vampire's favorite drink? Bloodweiser. What do you call a mummy covered in chocolate and nuts? Ferrero Rocher. But wait, I need to use my psychic abilities as only Dracula can. Ron, what are you going to be for Halloween this year?
Pirate?
The psychic says this is an acceptable costume for you. Ferris, what is your costume this year?
Captain of the pirate ship.
No, I do not think this works for you. Let me use the psychics. You need to be a goblin for Halloween this year, my friend. But to get nerdy, you must be specific. You must be a mind goblin. You know what this is? You don't know what mind goblin is? Do you mind goblin these nuts? I almost made it through. I thought I could get through it. On that note, love the beer, cherish the game, the Brewtiful Game.
Like, that was so funny.
Oh, the Brewtiful Game. My sides hurt. Oh, God. This is going to take a bit to recover from.